Look down at your feet right now. If your toes hit the floor before your heel does, you have about 90 seconds before I tell you something most doctors after 70 never will. One step, one change. It could save your life. I know exactly why you clicked this. Maybe it was a stumble last Tuesday in the kitchen. Maybe a near miss on the porch step. Maybe nothing big. Just a quiet feeling that your feet are not telling the truth anymore. You're not imagining it. And you're not just getting old. Something specific has been changing in how you walk, and almost nobody has told you about it. Your 15-minute checkup doesn't cover this. Your annual physical doesn't cover it. There's no blood test that flags it, so it grows in the dark. Here's what I see, week after week, in the clinic. A woman comes in, she's 72, sharp as a tack, still drives, still hosts Sunday dinner. She tells me, "I fell in my own hallway, doctor. I wasn't doing anything." And she's right. She wasn't. That's the whole problem. The way you walk today is not the way you walked at 50. It's not even the way you walked at 65. Somewhere in the last few years, your stride got shorter. Your foot stopped lifting cleanly. Your weight crept forward. Your eyes started searching the floor. And the kitchen floor, the one you've crossed 10,000 times, became a place where a rug edge can end a life. You didn't do anything wrong. Your body just stopped sending a signal it used to send for free. I'm going to show you exactly what that signal is, why it faded, and the one change that turns it back on. Starting with your very next step. Before we go further, drop your age and the state you're watching from in the comments. I read every single one, and I shape my next videos around who's actually here. I want to know who I'm talking to tonight. So what is this signal? Walking, real walking, the kind your body was built for, has a name. Biomechanists call it heel-to-toe gait. Plain English, your heel kisses the floor first, your weight rolls forward through the arch, the ball of your foot takes over, and your toes push you into the next step. Picture rolling a soup can across a counter. Smooth, steady. One motion. That's a healthy step. Now here's what happens after about age 65, sometimes earlier, often quietly. The muscle on the front of your shin, the one that lifts your toes up so your heel can land first, gets weaker. It's a small muscle. It does not get a lot of attention at the gym, but it is the one muscle standing between your foot and the floor every time you take a step. When that muscle weakens, your toes stop lifting. Your foot lands flat, or worse, your toes touch first. And that's where it gets dangerous. When your toes hit before your heel, three things happen in the same half second. Your weight is already forward. Your balance reflexes have no time to catch you. And the next step starts in a position your body can't recover from. That is a fall waiting for a rug to find it. 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls every year. 1 in 5 of those falls causes a serious injury, a broken hip, a head trauma, a hospital stay that turns into a nursing home stay. Falls are the #1 cause of injury death in your age group. Read that sentence again. #1, above car accidents, above heart attacks at the moment of impact, above everything, and almost all of it traces back to that one fading signal. That's the 90-second warning I promised you. Toes first walking is the silent driver of the leading cause of injury death after 70. Let me tell you about a patient I'll call Margaret. Composite story, details changed, the lesson is real. Margaret was 74, retired teacher, lived alone in a tidy bungalow in Ohio. She walked her dog every morning, did her own grocery shopping, and was, in her words, fine. She came to me because her daughter noticed something. "Mom shuffles now," her daughter said in front of her, which Margaret hated. Margaret denied it. I asked her to walk down my hallway, 10 steps. Her heels never touched the floor first, not once. 3 weeks before our visit, Margaret had stepped onto a small bathroom mat and gone down. Hard. She caught herself on the edge of the sink. Broke a finger, bruised a rib, didn't tell her kids for 4 days. Between you and me, that's the call I get most. Not the big fall, the hidden one. The one that taught her, quietly, that her own house was no longer safe. I didn't give her a gadget. I didn't give her a pill. I gave her one cue, one sentence. The same sentence I'm going to give you in about 2 minutes. And I'll tell you what happened to Margaret 4 weeks later. But first, if you're still with me right now, I want you to do one thing. Subscribe to this channel. Here's why I'm asking. I'm Dr. Aliza Wright. I've spent over 20 years sitting across from patients exactly like you. The 15-minute appointment will never cover what we're covering tonight. The system isn't built for it. So I built this channel to fill that gap. Every week, one video, no fluff, no fear selling, just the things your doctor would tell you if she had 3 hours instead of 15 minutes. If that's the kind of doctor you want in your corner, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. We're a small tribe doing this the right way. I'd be honored if you joined us. And about that fading signal, it didn't fade because you got old. It faded because somewhere along the way, you stopped asking your body to do it. Confidence dipped after one stumble. Steps got shorter. Toes stopped lifting. The signal went quiet, which means it isn't gone. It's waiting. Here is the one change. Reach your heel. That's it. 2 words. From this moment, every step you take begins with your heel reaching slightly forward, maybe 2 inches more than feels natural, and landing first on the ground. Your toes stay lifted as you reach. Your weight then rolls forward, through the arch, through the ball, and pushes off the toes into the next step. Reach, land, roll, push. For the first 8 years of my career, I taught patients to walk more carefully. That was the advice. Slow down. Be careful. I was wrong. Be careful is what causes the shuffle in the first place. Be careful makes your steps shorter. Be careful makes your eyes drop. Be careful makes you forget to lift. The opposite of careful walking is not reckless walking. It's intentional walking. And intentional walking starts at the heel. Try it right now if you can stand safely. Hold the back of a chair. Take 3 steps in your living room. With each step, think one word. Heel, reach, land, reach, land. Feel the difference. Feel how your toes naturally lift to clear the way. Feel how your hips wake up. Feel how your spine pulls a little straighter without you trying. That sensation right there is your nervous system remembering something it has not been asked to do in years. What worked at 40, your body did automatically. After 70, you have to ask it on purpose. That's the only difference. The doorway mirror test. Here's a test you can do tonight, before bed, to see exactly where you stand. Find a mirror or a window that reflects with a clear path of about 8 feet in front of it. Stand facing the mirror. Walk slowly toward it, 8 steps. Watch your feet in the reflection. 3 things to look for. First, does your heel hit first, or do your toes? Second, does your foot lift clearly off the floor, or does it skim the surface? Third, is your weight rolling forward, or is it landing flat like a stamp? Most people, the first time they do this test, are honestly shocked. I know what you're thinking right now. There's no way I'm walking like that. I thought the same thing the first time I filmed my own gait at 52. I was wrong. We're almost all wrong. The drift is invisible from the inside. If your toes are hitting first, or your foot is landing flat, you have your starting point. That's not bad news. That's a green light. Because every single thing I'm about to teach you is built to fix exactly that. The 3 daily movements. I'm not going to give you 15 exercises. I'm not going to send you to the gym. I'm going to give you 3 movements you can do at the kitchen counter in under 10 minutes a day that rebuild the heel strike signal in 3 to 4 weeks. Movement 1, the toe lift. Why it matters. This rebuilds the small shin muscle, the one called the tibialis anterior in medical books, and the toe lifter in plain English. This is the muscle that has been quietly weakening. Without it, your heel cannot land first. How to do it. Stand with your back against a wall, heels flat on the floor, about 6 inches from the wall. Lift just your toes off the ground, both feet as high as you can. Hold for 2 seconds, lower slowly. That's 1 rep. Do 15 reps. Rest. Do 15 more. That's it. 2 sets, 30 total lifts. Once a day, every day. I'll tell you what to do if your shin starts burning in the first week, because it will, and that's actually the sign you want. What to watch for. The burn. It comes in around rep 10 on the 2nd set. That burn is the exact muscle you need waking up. Push through it slowly. Don't bounce. The slower you lower your toes, the more the muscle works. If you can only do 5 reps the first day, do 5. The next day, do 6. This is the moment most people quit. Don't be most people. Movement 2, the wall walk. Why it matters. This is where you practice the actual heel reach in a controlled space. Slow, boring, the opposite of falling, which is the whole point. How to do it. Stand at one end of a hallway with one hand lightly resting on the wall. Take 10 steps. Each step, you do only one thing. Reach your heel forward. Land heel first. Feel the roll. Push off the toes. Then turn carefully and walk back 10 steps the same way. That's one set. Do 2 sets. 20 steps each direction. 40 steps total. What to focus on? Go slow. Painfully slow. Each step should take a full 2 seconds. The slower you go, the more your brain is forced to rebuild the pattern. Picture yourself walking through wet sand. That's the pace. If you wobble, the wall is there. That's what it's there for. Wobbling is not failing. Wobbling is your inner ear, your ankle joints, and your brain having a conversation they haven't had in years. Let them talk. Movement 3, the curb step. Why it matters. Real life is not a hallway. Real life has thresholds, door frames, curbs, rugs. The curb step trains your foot to lift high enough to clear what your kitchen and your sidewalk throw at you. How to do it. Use the bottom step of a staircase or a thick book about 4 inches high on the floor. Stand a foot back from it with something sturdy to hold. Lift your right foot, step up onto the surface heel first, then step back down with control. Then your left foot. Same way. Heel first, every time. Do 10 with each foot. 20 total. Slow. What to watch for. The temptation to throw your foot forward and slap it down. Resist that. The whole point is the controlled lift. Lift, reach the heel, place, lift, reach the heel, place. I tell my own mother this same drill. She's 79. She does it brushing her teeth in the morning. That's how short and how doable this is. Now, Margaret, 4 weeks after I gave her one cue, reach your heel, and these same 3 movements. Her daughter called me. Not Margaret, her daughter. She said, Mom is walking different. She's standing taller. She crossed the bathroom mat yesterday and didn't even look down. 4 weeks, not 4 months. 4 weeks of 2-word focus and 10 minutes a day. 6 months later, Margaret hosted Thanksgiving for 14 people. She walked from the kitchen to the dining room with a casserole in both hands. No hesitation, no skim. Heel first, every step. That is what one change does when you give your body permission to remember. Quick check-in with me. Type 1 in the comments if your toes have started hitting first. Type 2 if you've caught yourself shuffling. Type 3 if you've had a stumble in the last year you didn't tell anyone about. No judgment. I read every reply, and your number tells me what the next video needs to cover. We do this together. Ask your doctor. Here's what to bring to your next visit. 3 sentences. Write them down or screenshot this. 1. I've noticed my walking pattern has changed. Can you watch me walk down the hallway and tell me what you see? Most doctors do not check gait on a routine visit. They will if you ask. 2. Can you check the strength of my hip flexors and the muscle on the front of my shin? That's the tibialis anterior. Use the term. It signals you've done your homework. 3. Should I be screened for any vitamin D deficiency, B12 deficiency, or low-level peripheral neuropathy that might be affecting my gait? Those 3 things, quietly, are common drivers of the drift. They are all blood work. They are all checkable. They are all fixable when caught. Doctors love patients who come prepared. You won't be a problem. You'll be the highlight of their afternoon. Red flags. Stop and call. Please listen to this part carefully. There are situations where the drift in your walk is not just a fading signal. It's a warning. Call your doctor. Not next week, this week, if any of these apply to you. If one foot drags noticeably more than the other, that can signal a nerve issue or, less commonly, a small stroke. If your balance has dropped suddenly, not over months, but over days, that is urgent. If you've fallen twice in the last 6 months, 2 is the number. 2 is the threshold where falls become a pattern. If you feel dizzy when you stand up, if your toes have gone numb or tingly, if you've lost the ability to feel the floor under your feet, any one of these, that's a phone call. Not for me to diagnose, but for your doctor to investigate. Most of the time, the drift is fixable at home with the 3 movements. but your job is to know when home isn't the answer. The common mistake people make. I want to save you from the one mistake almost everyone makes when they start practicing heel strike walking. They look down, they want to see their heel land, they tilt their head forward, drop their eyes to the floor, and watch their feet. This makes everything worse. Looking down pitches your weight forward. Pitches your weight forward, your shoulders round. Shoulders round, your balance shifts. Your balance shifts, and now you're walking heel first into the same forward-pitched posture that caused the shuffle in the first place. The fix is simple. Eyes up, chin level. Look 6 feet ahead of you, not at your feet. Trust the sensation, not the sight. Your heel knows when it has landed. You don't need to see it. I know this feels counterintuitive. Your whole instinct is to look. Don't. Trust the floor. Trust the body. Eyes up. The tonight, tomorrow, this week plan. Let me give you the simplest possible starting plan. Tonight, do the doorway mirror test. 8 steps toward the mirror. Note what you see. Don't fix anything yet. Just notice. Tomorrow morning, do the toe lifts, 15 reps, twice, 2 minutes total, right after you brush your teeth. Tomorrow afternoon, do the wall walk, 10 steps down a hallway, 10 back, 2 times, 4 minutes total, reach the heel. Eyes up. By the end of this week, add the curb step, 10 reps each foot, 3 minutes. That's it, the whole protocol. Under 10 minutes a day. No equipment, no gym, no purchase. 3 to 4 weeks of this, by the published research on motor pattern relearning in older adults, is the window where the new pattern becomes automatic. Your brain stops asking and starts doing. The signal comes back online. Between us, the patients I see succeed the most are not the ones who push hard. They are the ones who show up small, every day. 2 minutes of toe lifts, 4 minutes of wall walks, done before the coffee finishes brewing. That's the secret. Tiny, consistent, boring, powerful. Why this protects more than just your feet. Here's what most people don't realize. The heel strike change does not just prevent falls. It pulls your whole body back into alignment. Your hips activate. Your glutes wake up. Your spine extends. Your core is asked to stabilize. Your breathing deepens because your chest is no longer collapsed forward. Within weeks, my patients report things that sound unrelated. Better sleep, less low back pain, easier breathing on the stairs, more confidence in public spaces. Their adult children stop hovering. Their grandchildren ask why grandma is walking taller. One movement, one cue, a whole body cascade in the right direction this time instead of the wrong one. And that is what your doctor's 15-minute visit will never have time to teach you. Not because they don't care, because the system doesn't give them the minutes. So we do it here. You looked down at your feet at the start of this video. Look up now. The signal you thought was gone is just waiting for you to ask. Reach your heel. Land heel first. Eyes up. 3 movements. 10 minutes a day. That's the whole thing. That's how 1 step saves a life. Drop 1 word below. Ready. Then hit subscribe. Next week, I'm showing you the 60-second nighttime drill that rewires your balance through your big toe. You do not want to miss it. This video is for education, not medical advice. Stories are composite, names and details change to protect privacy. Portions of this video were produced with the help of AI tools. Always talk to your own doctor before changing how you move.